My husband hates when people open up the fridge and leave it open. He feels that you're wasting energy, and energy is money.
Every time you open the refrigerator door, there's a lot of wasted energy. And that's something that drives me crazy.
A timer? He has lost his ever-loving mind.
Everyone is only allowed to open the fridge doors once a day, and they have 24 seconds to do so. And if they don't do it in that time, too bad.
Anytime we exceed that, he charges us. We're penalized with whatever it may be, dime, nickel, whatever he determines the cost was.
What did we just hear? What's good, everyone? Welcome back to my channel. It's Tiara, and for those who are new, welcome. So today we're going to be reacting to some of the world's cheapest dads. Now, if you were here last week, you would know that we went over and saw some of the world's cheapest moms. So I did some digging, and lo and behold, there are some cheap dads. Now, I had a lot of opinions with the moms. That doesn't mean I have no sympathy for their financial situation or their living situation, but I just think a lot of these and most of these are ridiculous, and I stand by that.
My youngest daughter, Essence, has a special birthday coming up. We would like to give her a nice party, let her enjoy being 16. So you have the venue, the food, the DJ, and decorations. We need decorations.
And a gift on top of that?
Sweet 16 only comes once. I think we can splurge just a little on our Sweet 16.
You ever watch something and you could just tell, and it's not to say that people don't know when there's a camera there, but you could just tell by the dialogue, like it's kind of awkward. And like it seems so scripted. You know, she's turning 16, so she needs a birthday gift for her party.
I want to have a party. That's ours.
No, we always do something, pretty much the same thing every year at the firehouse. We want to do something different this year.
I want to go to a place with loud music, food, where my friends can just dance and have a fun time.
We're on a budget.
Okay.
Essence, you're going to have to understand that we're on a budget. The ladies at home want to spend a lot of money. I'm looking between $200 and $300.
What's he trying to get with $200 and $300? No matter how many people she's trying to have at the party, that's not even gonna cover the venue. Then you got the food, then you got the cake, then you got the presents, then you got the games, then you got the people who's gonna come, then you got the entertainers. Depending on what she's trying to do, it seems like she's trying to get turned. So $200 to $300 is not gonna cut it.
And I think I found just the right place.
Oh, hell no, Marlon.
Let's get out and check it out, guys.
No.
We got a good deal on this place. Gold digger.
What does that mean?
was the place right here.
This is a strip bar.
A strip bar? Your girl is turning 16 years old. And no matter how old she's turning, why do you even want to be there? Now I have other questions outside of the birthday party because something's not adding up.
It's not open.
I have my birthday at a strip club. I have friends that's coming in dresses and stuff.
No.
Let's check it out.
No.
Don't like it till you try it.
Oh no.
Wow.
It
Okay.
smells. It's ridiculous and it's inappropriate. It just was not what I thought Marlon would do for a venue.
I have so many questions and I'm really not trying to be out of place here. Because you talking about you didn't expect this. It seemed like he had this in mind. What in his right mind thinks it's appropriate to have a 16-year-old daughter have a birthday party at a strip club that has poles in the building?
Turning 16 and we're at a strip club.
It's okay. During the day, there's not going to be any strippers.
Marlon, no. This is unacceptable. This is a strip club. She's having a Sweet 16 birthday party.
Sweet 16 girl, right here in the red.
Ew.
Ew. What is wrong with him? He has some issues that need to be addressed because why do you even have this vision? And it's so crazy because I totally forgot that this is all about him being cheap. Like my whole mind is focused on the fact that you want to be at a strip club for a 16-year-old's birthday party. I'm not saying that every birthday party needs to be at a venue. I don't think that's the normal thing to do. I understand it's a lot of money, but have it at the house.
I don't want my friends to talk about me. And they're gonna talk about me if they come up in here looking like this.
They're not going to even know.
There's a pole right there. What you mean?
The pole will have decorations. They're not going to even see it.
You can smell it in the air.
What does that mean? You can smell what in the air? I don't even want to know. I don't even want to imagine it.
There's lots of other venues we could have tried. I'm pretty sure.
I've tried them. Other places were like $1,000. And that's more than our whole budget. These guys are going to give it to me for a couple $100. This has everything you asked for. A dance floor, place to sit. You have a great DJ booth over there. It's going to be awesome.
No, it's not going to be awesome because you over here dragging them out to the ghetto. That is not okay at all.
Sir?
Yes, sir.
I was vacuuming there, and I think my wife lost her earring. Is there anything you can do for us?
Yes, sir, absolutely.
I mean, it just went right through, so.
Yeah, no problem. It just goes right in here.
All right, kids.
The first time that I had to dig into a vacuum bin, I was pretty grossed out.
Get the quarters.
What does she mean the first time she had to dig in a vacuum trash bin?
But now, as I keep doing it just about every week, I kind of get used to it. It's become like a second nature.
It's crazy because the whole entire time I'm trying to understand what is the whole purpose of them doing this. So I was already confused, but now I get it. He just lied to the employee so that they can have a reason to dig in the trash to find money. That is not okay. What are you teaching your kids? This is something they do not need to learn.
The kids love going to the car wash because it's like a treasure hunt for them.
Did you find the earring?
We have found earphones, jewelry, change, of course, a lot of change.
Yeah, there's a mint there. Pick it up. Get it.
We have found candy.
No, it's sealed.
Man, I would say you need to get a routine check from the doctor, but I'm sure that you're too cheap to do that. Because we saw last week too, didn't somebody say that they don't want to save medical bills, so she got a hammer and knocked out her teeth? I know she said that. So I wouldn't even be surprised if they don't see the doctor. Poor kids.
Okay to eat?
Yeah. Nicholas, you find the earring? We have been saving coins from car wash bags. The two older kids now, they used to do it when they were little.
He'd said, hurry, get the nickels.
Quarters. Right there.
Not the two older kids, bro. I'm really thinking that you only got two younger kids and you're just raising them up in an unfortunate way. But you got a whole legacy. This is never gonna end.
It's a family of 6. We consume lots of food. And now that my 2 oldest children are back home for the summer, I have to be very, very careful not to go over budget.
Okay, I'm not trying to bash these people every single time they talk. So that's a lot of food. I get it. So I'm trying to justify something so I don't sound like a bully. Let's just hope the rest of this makes sense.
Just the water? All right. Water. Sure. Just the water? All right.
Can we have extra lemon on the water, please?
Sure, no
Thank
problem.
you.
Anything else for you guys?
I'm going to have, please, a club sandwich and a coffee.
I'm gonna have another club sandwich.
See if this menu's ready, right?
They better not say that they just ordered the 2 sandwiches for everybody to share, because I'm gonna be so upset. There is absolutely no reason to go out to a restaurant if you cannot afford to feed everybody. I'm assuming y'all are hungry. You wanna eat some real food, not share.
It's a pretty regular habit for us to go to diners.
Going to a diner with my dad is the most embarrassing thing ever. He and my mother, they get coffee and they split it. And then they get unlimited refills. We all have to get waters.
So we take those, we mix it with the free lemons, we take the sugar packets, and then we mix it together, and we get lemonade.
No! You know how they sell those flavor packets to add to your water? I wasn't even gonna bash them for that. I was gonna say, it's innovative. But you just put sugar and water and put some free lemons in the cup and called it lemonade. I've seen people make lemonade from scratch. That is not how you make lemonade. That's disgusting.
Oh, that's enough sugar, Nicholas. You're gonna get too hyper. I don't want you hyper.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Can I have 2 extra plates, please?
And 2 extra for me as well.
Yeah.
You guys need anything
Can I
else?
have some extra lettuce and tomato, please?
That is just so embarrassing. If you have to do all of that, there's no reason for you to go out to eat. I'm sorry. Go to the grocery store, and I'm pretty sure it would be less expensive and everyone can eat more than what you're eating at the diner.
Great thing about diners is diners usually serve you these huge portions.
In our culture, we share. We have big plates of food on the table and everybody eats from everything. It's normal to share, but it's not normal to share club sandwiches.
Thank you, because I never, ever want to disrespect anybody's culture. I was about to be like, I understand. I understand that other cultures share food. But what I was gonna say is, you don't really do that here. American food, you don't really do that. So I'm very glad she acknowledged that, because I am fighting for my life to not hurt anybody's feelings. But she's aware.
I always get also the extra lettuce to make it a little bit more bulky. Whenever we go out eating, there's always something for free. If I'm with my kids, we get tons of samples of whatever it is and just bring them home, and it's great.
Okay, I have to admit something. Because he literally just reminded me of something that I used to do. Call me cheap if you want. When I was younger, I used to go to Costco and I would just eat the samples for lunch. I would do that when I'm hungry because, I don't know, Costco, their samples buzz. They have so many different things. They have different flatbreads, they have the pastas, they have the desserts, chips, crackers, literally everything. When he said that, that reminded me of me. I'm not gonna sit here and act like I'm the most perfect person in the world. So I'm trying. And that actually brings up another question. So you know when you go to the restaurant and they give you bread, what happens if you go to a restaurant, order bread, drink water, and you're done? Do they actually charge you for the bread, or would it be free? Because usually they don't include it in the bill if you buy other food. If any of you guys work at a restaurant, please let me know, because I'm very interested to know.
I think we are psycho. They give us the dirtiest looks I've ever seen in my life.
Ready?
Ready?
Yeah, we're ready.
I don't think my habits are extreme. They're just regular.
Regular to who?
In the garage of our house, he has a little workstation. It's a little money saving station.
As a family of 6, we consume lots of water. Bottled water can cost $1 per bottle. If I was buying bottled water for my family, we're talking more than 100 bottles a week. Instead of buying new bottles of spring water, I just keep the old ones and I refill them with tap water from the hose. And then just to create that magic final touch, what I do is I use this non-toxic clear nail polish. So when you open the bottle, it makes that magic clicking sound. So they think that it's brand new.
I don't think they think it's brand new. I just think you're delusional. If you have to do that just because you have 6 kids, then it sounds like you didn't need to have all those kids to begin with. They do not deserve this. It seems like you are not prepared to have that much responsibility. And for you to be that clueless to think that they would think it's new just because you put nail polish on it, like 1, they're gonna smell it. And then 2, the taste of tap water is very unique.
My dad, he thinks we don't notice. I notice right away. Kids fall for it though. It works.
It gets me so frustrated thinking that it's a brand new water bottle. It's something that I just struggle with a lot.
And then the dad's gonna wonder why the kids wanna leave so early. He's gonna be like, why do they wanna move out? You don't wanna live here forever? Why would they? I'm surprised they haven't run away by now.
I just saved $1 right here. I love beer. Beer is one of my passions. Now that my kids are home, for the summer, it could be quite expensive. I have these empty bottles of premium brand beer. What I do is I buy this regular cheap kind of beer and I pour it into the premium bottles, which I just put the cap back into the bottle and I just go like this, click, and it seals them perfectly.
I mean, compared to the whole water bottle situation, I won't say that's the craziest thing ever. Because, people like the aesthetic. For example, you know how people get seasonings and they'll put it in a nice bottle so it can look nice? And it's not like they're reusing beer or spitting it back up. I don't know what I was expecting him to say. I will say this is a bit reasonable, given everything else we've seen.
Just like premium beer. My kids won't even notice.
He thinks we don't notice, but we notice.
I mean, it's nice that you're trying to do the uppities, but you can't keep thinking that they're not going to notice. Everything you do is noticeable. Everything.
Tastes like pee.
Hey, Francesca. Got a job for you here. It's for you.
I have to shake this for 10 to 15 minutes to make butter, and I've been doing this for as long as I can remember.
This has to be against child labor laws. I understand this is your kid, but why you got her sitting up there shaking that bottle for 10 minutes? And I was just thinking, like, maybe she's gonna get an allowance, maybe she'll get paid for it. But knowing how cheap the dad is, I'm pretty sure that's not even an option. This has to be some form of abuse.
My husband hates when people open up the fridge and leave it open. He feels that you're wasting energy, and energy is money.
Every time you open the refrigerator door, there's a lot of wasted energy. And that's something that drives me crazy.
A timer? He has lost his ever-loving mind. I'm gonna need some time to figure out what I want to eat. Sometimes I just want to open the fridge and see what's going on. See what I could piece together, see what kind of meal I could make. Now, I understand he's not wrong. When you open the fridge, it's gonna waste some energy. I get it. But a timer?
Everyone is only allowed to open the fridge doors once a day. And they have 24 seconds to do so. And if they don't do it in that time, too bad.
Anytime we exceed that, he charges us. We're penalized with whatever it may be, dime, nickel, whatever he determines the cost was.
What did we just hear? Once a day? If you put a timer on the fridge, right? And they're going in the fridge, like, let's say 5 to 7 times a day, at least it helps them monitor how long the fridge is open. But now you're gonna say that they're limited to open the fridge once a stay for 20 something seconds. And if you don't close it in time, you have to pay. Why are those kids living with you? The 2 younger ones, I feel bad for because there's nothing they can do about it. But the 2 adult ones, they would never see me. We would have to meet somewhere outside.
By controlling how many times a day they open the fridge door, I save about $20, $25 a month.
I get it, 20 bucks can get you some cool things. But to go to that extreme just to save a bill, one $20 bill, why is it worth making your kids suffer over $20? The priorities are not in check.
In the summertime, we have barbecues every weekend. I love the barbecue. The taste of whatever you make on the barbecue is just so special and nothing beats that. Having a family of 6, it could be very expensive to have a barbecue.
No matter how cheap Raul is, he always makes it happen. And that's what makes him so great.
To each his own. I will always believe there's gonna be somebody meant for somebody. And this is just proof.
I'm mixing the crackers with the ground beef. Saltines make a great binder with hamburgers because not only do they expand the meat, but they also add flavor, and it's pretty much free.
I hope you're not inviting anybody to your house, because that should be a sin. Crackers and hamburger meat do not mix. They will never mix. I'm speechless. Once again, y'all, you cannot eat at everybody's house. It's not worth your health and your safety.
There you go. Told you it was going to be good.
See?
They had people over. Okay. No, I'm not going to judge. It's nice that everyone can have a family gathering. Everyone can mingle with one another. I just hope they got some kind of warning, some kind of notice like, hey, by the way, I like to add my saltine crackers to the meat. So if y'all good, come over. Now, if you didn't tell them that, then there's a problem.
Just make sure you cut the cheese in half before you put it.
Cut the cheese in half? This barbecue is pretty cheap, but at the end of the day, people are happy.
Imagine going to somebody's barbecue. They tell you to cut the cheese in half. You can only have 1/2 of the bun and you got to split the meat too. I would have so many questions and I would never return. Once again, if you have this many kids and you can't afford it, then there's absolutely no reason why you should be having a barbecue with people over because they can't even get their own food. That's messed up. Well, that's gonna be the end of today's video. I wanna thank each and every one of you guys for joining, for watching. If you like what you watch, please make sure to hit the like and subscribe button. It really helps your girl out. Again, for anyone new to the YouTube crew, welcome, welcome, welcome. But aside from all of that, I hope you guys have a great rest of your week. I'll see you on the flip side. T is out.